Good morning, class. This is Dr. Overstreet, or call me Dr. O or Laura, and I wanted to get started with you by giving you a little bit of a tour of our first assignment and show you a little bit about how to get into the class and find everything, because sometimes there are questions. So I'm in the class and I'm in the learning modules, and this is where all of the content for the course is located. We are in Module 1, so I'm going to open that. And in Module 1, we have several things for you to review. First of all, there's an overview of what you will be learning in the course. Please select this and read the overview as you begin this week's content, if you haven't already. There is also a signed reading of Chapter 1 in your textbook, and an article about majoring in sociology. Next, you have several activities for this week. Many of you have already gotten involved in our first discussion, and I met about 10 of you yesterday, and I'm looking forward to seeing who's submitted since then. Make sure that you follow the guidelines for our discussions, and you want to make sure that you give thorough answers to the discussion prompts. So, for example, in this discussion, you're going to introduce yourselves, and then you're going to select a famous person, contemporary artist, or somehow somebody related to politics or film or music, and try to think about, using your sociological imagination, trying to think about how their life would be different 50 or 100 years ago. Then you need to be sure that you make this initial post by the end of Thursday, and then you go back and respond to at least 2 of your peers. And in your responses, what you want to do is make sure that you look at similarities and differences between the person that you selected and the person that you're selected by your peer. So keep in mind, this is always academic writing. It needs to be thorough. You need to make sure that you double check and correct any typos, any punctuation and things of that nature, and that you document any sources that you've used using APA format. And I know this sounds like a lot, but this is to guide you toward academic writing rather than just texting or leaving a brief message for someone in different types of writing. Okay, now what I really wanted to spend some time on is this project, the Module 1 worksheet, which is a sociological observation. The difficult thing about teaching sociology or learning sociology is society's all around us. And so it's almost like we're a fish in a fish tank being asked to describe water. They're in it, so it's really, really hard to get away and see it. But this exercise is designed to do just that. And what you will be doing, first of all, you can read in your chapter 1, the doing nothing experiment, and that's what you're going to be doing. You are being asked to go into a public place where people do not know you. That's very, very important, because the people who know you are going to interpret your actions differently than would strangers. So you're asked to go into a setting where there's a lot of activity, and it needs to be a place where there's activity, otherwise your doing nothing won't be noticed. So let's say that you're in a location where a lot of people are, moving about, whether they're shopping or they're waiting for public transportation. Now this one's a little bit tricky because just standing there, people do that all the time. So you need to choose a location where there are a lot of people, they're doing a lot of things, and you are obviously not following the rules. You're doing nothing for only about 10 minutes. But that means you're not talking to anyone. That means you're not looking at your cell phone. You shouldn't be doing anything like that. Instead, what you want to do is be still and be observant. Now, the other thing is, and then you'll be recording those observations. The other thing to note is that your appearance is the only thing people have to go on. The way you're dressed, whether you're male or female, what or appearing as male and female, your age, whether you're dressed for the setting or not. And I would encourage you to not be dressed for the setting. In other words, don't go to a park and sit on a bench wearing workout clothes, because nobody's going to even notice that you're doing nothing or that you're out of place. So if you have any questions, call me and I can help you, because the setting of this makes all the difference in the world, and it's going to have an impact on how effective this is, and also on how you can write it up and score on the assignment. So the worksheet is located right here. You click on this, and I'm going to pull this over if I can to this other module, and maybe I can't. You'll access the worksheet here and access the module worksheet guidelines and rubric. And every time you have these in your module, you want to look at them thoroughly, because this is what I look at when I'm grading you. So these are the complete directions for you to follow. So here I'm going to open this up. All right, the worksheet, again, you can click on this and access the worksheet. You will be just completing the worksheet and then saving it and uploading it to submit your assignment. Okay, so read all of these. You want to be in a relatively busy place where you're anonymous. Don't go to a place where, don't go to your workplace because everybody knows you. That doesn't work. And you can't sit in your car and watch people. You're not obvious in that respect. So you shouldn't be daydreaming or fantasizing or thinking about anything else. You're not supposed to look at your phone. You're not supposed to talk on the phone, whistle, hum, fidget, play with your keys. Those are all doing something. So don't do anything. See if you can remain still and observant for 10 minutes. And then you're going to write up in the worksheet. You're going to give a couple of sentences on where you conducted your experiment, the time that you made your observation. You're going to comment on your appearance and how your gender, your age, your race, your ethnicity, whether or not you are dressed for that occasion, those kinds of things. Those are the social cues that people use in judging you. And so you're going to comment on this and how that might have affected the observation. You're going to discuss how other people reacted to you, how you felt about conducting this observation. And then I will always score you on grammar, any citations that you have used, your spelling, your syntax, any of those kinds of things, how it's organized. And this is organized for you, right? All you have to do is fill in the worksheet, and that's basically it. If you use a citation, and let's see, does this ask you to use a citation? If you use a citation, that means if you use some information from your textbook, then you need to refer to your textbook and provide an APA-style citation. If you need help with that, please call me or email me or post in the general discussions forum, and I'll respond to that, provide you with more information. Okay, I hope this is helpful to you, and I look forward to looking at your work. Bye-bye.